Nach unserem letzten grandiosen Sieg, mal gucken, was wir in dem Spiel erreichen können. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, wir haben gleich sogar einen Touchdown gemacht. Es regnet. Oh, Regen könnte uns gefährlich werden. Sehr gut, zweiter Pass, gleich ein Touchdown. Was ist das denn für ein Idiot? Da werde ich von meinem eigenen geblockt. Sieht man gleich jetzt nochmal eine Wiederholung. Mein eigener ist der beste Blocker von denen.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 10 yards, good for a giant first down.
Very good.
The numbers for Tate in last week's game. 3 catches, 134 yards, and the score, too.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number 1 in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
They go play action here on first down.
Der war zu offensichtlich und gerade, ja. Der war zu offensichtlich.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure.
Wurde aber zum Glück jetzt erstmal nicht weiter bestraft.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Sometimes those guys taking the 7th round, you can think, oh, maybe he's just happy to be in the league. I don't think that's the case here.
And you know those actor friends that we have? How do they start every script?
How many actor friends?
What's my motivation, right? Well, this guy's motivation is you get picked in the 7th round, so no one expects you to make the team, let alone have an impact. And we know plenty of guys have done exactly that as 7th rounders.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Eluded, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Nee.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Naja, das probieren wir ruhig.
On 4th down, Jones. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like
Jetzt kann
he
ich sagen,
had it
wieso
in
fängt er den denn nicht? Also der war eigentlich so gut gespielt. Bestrafen sie trotzdem wieder nicht. Das ist schon mal sehr gut.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That's good for 28 yards. A lot of eyes on Golden Tate this year to see if he can take over some of the production that OBJ had before he got shipped to Cleveland. You know, Beckham had 1,000-yard seasons 4 of his 5 years in New York. Golden Tate struggled at the end of last year in Philadelphia, but he had a really good run in Detroit, including 3,000-yard seasons in the middle of this decade. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Not only they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Looking to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants.
Sehr gut gefangen, sehr gut gefangen.
Sterling Shepard. His 4th touchdown on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown.
Das haben sie schon mal gemacht, das ist sehr schön.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
Oh, den müssen wir uns nochmal angucken. Da müssen wir die Wiederholung angucken.
Okay, it's time for me to break out my thesaurus for that one. And I don't have anything. That was amazing. One-handed in this weather. I mean, you know the ball's got to be slick. But to be able to catch it and come down with it. What do they call that?
Sehr
the
geil
process of the
gefangen.
catch. He completed it all the way through.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let one fly for Tate. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Ja,
Picked up
da
by
kriegt
Justin
ihr
Evans, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
zu früh geworfen
Second
wahrscheinlich, ne?
interception for him now here in this first.
Und gut, dass die bis jetzt meine Fehler immer nicht
Right now, we're all
bestrafen. Das
even.
ist schon
It's
mal
a
gut.
tie game as we drop you back in and the offense gets set to take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is Shepard on the catch. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Yep. Natürlich spielen wir den Moment. Wir wollen mal was Vernünftiges raussuchen, ne?
Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Well, that's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. And some space here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It was third and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Gallman will run it. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Good.
First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Ah, komm in.
Now Gallman. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Sehr guter
First down,
Run.
Giants on a pickup of 14. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Allen Bailey in on the stop. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the ball.
And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. It's their quarterback with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year as his guys have now moved out in front. He continues to show at this level that he can not only pass for touchdowns, he can run for touchdowns.
Not the first time we've seen this, because this young guy, he really makes it happen. So what that tells me...
Oh, die haben nur ein Field Goal.
Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter.
Got it. We got 3 in.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. A big
Ja.
seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the...
Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession?
Come on,
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Tackle made there by Jonathan Cyprien. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you?
War ein bisschen früh, aber ich dachte, an den komme ich nicht
First
vorbei.
down there on a pickup of 25.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Sehr gut.
Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns.
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Barkley. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 23-yard run. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent.
Gut, da eigentlich wieder nochmal drankommen, oder?
So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. 45. We ain't giving up nothing today.
On first down, Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 20. There he goes, left side. And
Und noch ein
all the
Touchdown
way in.
hinterher.
Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 47 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this
Wir
score
rennen
this
zum
late,
Erfolg
not
in diesem
necessary.
Spiel.
But this is Madden.
Well, in this one, partner, we had some
Das war
action
sehr
all
gut,
the way
sehr gut.
down to the final whistle there with the late points and then
Ich
the
habe aber
kickoff
Glück gehabt, dass die meine
And
Fehler nicht
the best part
ausgenutzt haben.
about
Das
it
muss
is
man
just
natürlich
seeing how
dazu
teams
sagen. Ne?
battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
Denn da hatte ich wirklich Glück.
So for the Giants, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. There, they'll look to regroup next week as they head to LA to take on the Rams. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Go.
Also denen haben wir es auch gezeigt. Bis dann, ciao.